All right. So if you are aware, Agilent does provide a calculator coming along with your software installation package. And if you have that software, if you look something like this, all right, if you have to open your, let me open it. Okay, you go to the, whether online or offline, doesn't matter. And you go to instrument and you go to edit parameters over here. You'll be able to see something like, I mean, again, depending on what the version you are using, but you should be able to find this calculator inside one of the CDs. It's called, I don't remember correctly, but it's something like user manuals and training or something like that. So you should be able to find this calculator inside one of the CD. I think 3 CDs, but only one of them will have this calculator. And once you open this one, these are the typical parameter. Usually you will set your parameters for your analysis, but at the bottom here you will see something called GC calculators. All right, you have it here, and then probably something wrong with my software. All right, there you go. So you have something called vapor volume calculator over here. If you click this one, this window will pop up, and this is the window. As you see, you have to enter the solvent. You have to evaluate injection liner, injection volume, injection temperature, and inlet pressure. This is all the 5 factors I mentioned just now. All of them will be covered inside this so-called calculator for you to perform the calculation. And then it will roughly, very quickly tell whether this setup is good for your, will be good for your sample analysis, right? So, but because it doesn't look very good over here, I'm going to close this one. And as I say, whether you can open it inside this over here, or you can install it as a standalone software or calculator outside. I did that, and it looks something like this. Okay, vapor volume calculator. And then once you open, you have something like this. Let me maximize this one. Right. So you have something like this. So you have a solvent property, which is this one right here, solvent factor over here. And then you have the injection liner, which is over here. Then you have the inlet injection volume, inlet temperature, inlet pressure. Sorry. Okay, all of them you be able to find over here: inlet temperature, inlet pressure, and liner volume right here. All right. So let me show you real quick like that how to use this calculator. First of all, you should know which solvent you use to dilute your sample. So let me pick something like cyclohexane, for example. This is one common solvent that we using. So cyclohexanes right here, you will see they will have boiling point, density, and molecular weight. These are the parameters we require to calculate how many molecules will be ended up in the gas phase when you do the injection. Okay, then you have the injection liner over here, and then that is where what kind of liner you are using. You can just select from here. So one of the most common one probably you have been using is 51834647 from here. And then what you will see from here, they will show you the liner volume inside. This is very good function from Agilent, so that you will know how much volume inside that. All right, so injection volume is where you have to enter in your method over here. So typically you do 1 micro injection, right? Inlet temperature, I think the typical temperature is 250 or whatever temperature you are using for your method, right? Then don't forget to select the correct pressure of your inlet over here. Usually I use PSI, so let me put like this. And the pressure, depending on your method, let's say we go by 10 PSI. You will see what is the estimated volume right here. So based on this parameters over here, the calculator will be able to tell you what is the estimated volume. So right now we get close to 400 micro, and our liner volume is 850, and so that is about 46% of the capacity. So that is very, very well within. So the liner, with all these parameters, we will be able to handle this injection successfully because it's only 46%. And you don't want to go higher than that. And for some reason, let's say you want to increase the injection volume to improve your sensitivity or improve your detection limit. What you do, let's say you go to 3 micro. What you do, you get more than 140% capacity, and then the calculator will say something, will give you a warning, something like your injection is way too much. If you want to go down to this one, you can go to 2, and that way you have a little bit. So usually I don't want to go more than 75% of capacity. So I say 1.5 probably is a good number over here. Or if you really need to go to improve the so-called the sensitive the detection limit, and when you see you are like 93% over here, what you can do, you can reduce the temperature a little bit if that's okay for you. And once you go down, this one will be a little bit lower, or you can go up the pressure over here a little bit, then you get lower capacity over here. But the problem with the inlet pressure is if you increase the inlet pressure, basically you get more column flow rate. So you may want to add in, I will show you eventually in the Chemstation later on how to overcome this one. If you don't want to use this high pressure, okay, there will be a function in the inlet setup where we can use this, we call it power split inside. All right, so let me get back to you about this one in a second. The next thing you can do, you can choose, you can either select another solvent. Let's say in this case, cyclohexane. Let me put back this one to 50, and you get something like, okay, put 10 over here. You get 55%. Let's say go to 3. Okay, so you get something like this, and what you do, you can select another solvent. Okay, let me pick bigger one, let's say hexadecane. That's where you get much lesser capacity over here, so that's much better for you, provided this will be okay for your column, for your method application, blah blah, thing like that. All right, so or you can choose another liner. If you are aware, this liner will give you a little bit more volume. So you see A50 over here, and this one will give you a little bit more, so 990. So that will give you a lot more capacity to contain the sample, right? So this is, I think it's a very useful calculator for you to go through all of this and to help you develop the method correctly. And from here, you should be able to tell what are the good parameter for you to come up with for your final method. All right. So the last thing I want to show you is the inlet pressure setup over here. And I say the more pressure you'll be using over here, the lower the capacity it will be. So we'll be able to contain the sample in the liner more efficiently, right? Okay, so the problem is if you have higher pressure, you have higher column flow rate, and most of the time you don't want to have so high column flow rate, so otherwise you don't get good enough separation or something like that, right? So you may want to use something called, there's probably two ways you can do that. There's one way is inside the column. What you can do is, let's go back to this one. You can do something called a ramp pressure mode, or you can do a ramp flow mode. So what happened with this one is you can increase, you can set, let's say, okay, let's do ramp pressure. You may want to go, let's say, high pressure from here for probably 1 minute just for the injection, because you want to have high pressure to maintain all of your sample inside the liner, right? And then after 1 minute, that you know for sure all the sample has been transferred successfully to the column, you can quickly reduce, let's say the RAM is 20, you can quickly reduce to the normal operating pressure, which is 5, for example, and that's how you reduce the pressure, and the column flow rate will be reduced accurately to 5 psi over here. So this is one way. The second way you can do much easier actually is a built-in mode inside this inlet setup for SSL splitlet inlet. Is you can choose over here. There's something called power split or power splitless, depend whether you do split or split injection. So let me show you the power split. How does it look? Is if you need to specify the pulse pressure, the injection pressure at first that you want to go higher. That's basically something like a ramp pressure just now. So let's say you're going to go 10 psi over here, and then you want to hold this one for 1 minute, for example, and then the normal pressure, let's say 5 psi, something like this. So what happens is for the first 1 minute, the pressure of the injection port will be 10 psi, and after 1 minute, it will drop down to 5 psi. So basically, it's the same thing as a column just now that you see. Where you set up 10 psi and drop down to 5 psi, something like this. All right. So these are the two ways for you to overcome the problem of if you are using too high pressure for your column flow rate. All right. So these are all parameters. Again, solvent properties, injection liner, injection volume, inlet temperature, inlet pressure. All of these 5 factors will affect the gas phase in the liner, and you want to make sure that the volume over here is much lower than the liner volume in order for your sample to be injected successfully. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions using this. And if you are not able to find this one, let me know. Send me an email, drop me a message in the comment section. I can send to you. It's a free calculator from Agilent, so everyone can download this for free. I can show you that. All right, so thank you for watching, and Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out our website at watson-gc.com. Thank you very much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.